Hey guys and gals, never here from Drake Queen Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of a Wanna Hug That Gator. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright, shit. Where should I go? The studio room, maybe? It's the best lead I have. Thanks to all those gym classes, I'll have no trouble getting there quickly. My new destination takes me up the main staircase of the school and onto the second floor. It's not long before I'm staring down the hallway of Iadakan's classroom. I breathe a sigh of relief as I spot Olivia sat in front of the door. God, what do I even say to her? My thoughts come crashing to a halt as I see another dinosaur beside her, gesturing manically. Ben? From an outsider's view, it looks like Ben is trying to talk her into something. But there's such a stark contrast between their moods. I suppose Ben is mourning too, but maybe he's just handling it differently. That's the plan I have in mind. What do you think of it? Olivia? Yeah, okay. Olivia's reply came off weak and unfocused, like she wasn't talking to Ben at all. Can I count on you to be part of it? Sure. I remained obscured from view. Doesn't seem like a conversation I should intrude on. I'll just catch up to Olivia after. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised Ben is talking to her. No, maybe that Olivia is listening to Ben. But those differences are being put aside. For once, our priorities aligned. I had thought to come find Olivia, too. I wonder, Iadakan was a mentor to each of us. Like he'd always be around to help us, but now? All the little things that make you anxious or aggravated are gone in an instant. And all that's left is reality. Why bother with this dramatic garbage? If now is not the time to be brought together, then when? I'm thinking too much. My hands are shivering. Something in my heart threatens to fall apart, but not now. Her voice was too quiet for me to hear. Whatever she'd said wasn't what Ben wanted to hear. Olivia, I need to know that you're with me on this. Yeah. Olivia. Ben kneels right next to Olivia's chair, putting the two at eye level, though she kept hers averted to the side. I need to know that you're in on this fully. There's a strange panic in the Parasaur's voice. Please, Olivia, for him. Finally, after what felt like a few minutes, despite it only being 4 or 5 seconds, Olivia looks back at Ben's face and gives him a meek nod. I'm going to take that as a yes, then. The Gator Girl gives no other reply to Ben's words. The only sign that his words had registered in her mind were her hands suddenly yet gently shaking, all the while her claws dug ever deeper into her wheelchair's armrests. Her bulwark broke at last. Seeing the droplets from her eyes drives a searing pain through my chest. My instincts drove me forward beyond my common sense. I grip the blue boy's shoulder and pull him up. Ben! The Parasaur's eyes snap up towards me. He makes eye contact with me, a depressive expression coating his face. Inco, what are you doing here? I wanted to see Olivia. Olivia's silver eyes finally lift, and the pain reflected in them threatens to shatter my aching heart. Ben looks back to see those mournful eyes, too, though his reaction seems the opposite to mine as a smile draws across his face. Inco, hear me out. I'm trying to organize a eulogy for Iadakan. You know, to say our goodbyes to him. He deserves it, at least. Olivia, me, and you. He helped each of us so much, and... While the Parasaur rambles on, I turn my attention solely on Olivia. I push past Ben and take a knee next to Olivia, now eye level with her. Ben finally stops talking. I can feel his stare boring into the back of my head. He wants an answer for whatever he was just talking about. A eulogy for Mr. Iadakan. It's so surreal to think about that. To think that I spoke to him only yesterday, and today he's just gone. Here one day and gone tomorrow. A eulogy. Yeah. It's the least we could do for Iadakan, as his pupils. He deserves so much more, though. So much. Right, yeah, Olivia's probably feeling what I'm feeling right now. This fight between reality and emotions. Iadakan's gone, and I'm still trying to process it. Trying to accept the fact that I'll never see him again, or listen to him again, or get advice from him again. Never get to impress him, or show him how much I've improved because of his lessons. I don't think I'm ready to accept that he's gone. Ben clears his throat, snapping me from my stupor and back to our current reality. I'm sorry to be pushy, but I need to know if you and Olivia are in or not. Ben turns to look at Olivia as he says those words. Olivia, meanwhile, continues to stare absent-mindedly at the wall, almost as if Ben's words were not emanating from right next to her, but a few dozen miles away instead. Ben, I don't think... Suddenly I feel a cool, skilled hand fall on top of my own. I turn to look into Olivia's pain-stricken eyes. They gaze deeply into mine, pleading, begging to make the pain vanish. I don't know quite what I should do. Yeah, we should also get back together. I think that would be a healthy way of handling this. Olivia needs us now more than ever. I think Ben is the right idea. It's what Iadakan would want. These are scary times, so it makes sense to be afraid, to be hurt. Don't worry, Olivia. I placed my other hand on Olivia's reassuringly. I'm here with you. We all are. Ben is extending the olive branch here, right? You just need to accept it. Ben gives a tense, shaky, but approving nod. I'm glad you guys are seeing this situation for what it is, and just how important it is that we make this eulogy something beautiful. Olivia glances around hazily, her voice broken. I don't want him to be gone, Inco. There's too much that I didn't... I know, but we need to face reality, and we can do it together. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to face anything at all. It's okay, Olivia. I know I was close to Iadakan, but you clearly meant so much more to him, and him to you. He was the only teacher that seemed to really care, right? She nods. So you're the most hurt, the most afraid. Afraid? And we're here to support you. You just need to help us help you. If you're not ready to face reality, we can help you to think straight. To face it together. Can you do that? Her eyes rove around both Ben and I, then back to her locked fingers. I take hold of her other hand. She blushes and looks at me dead in the eyes. Can you help us? Okay. I'll think about it. I'm still afraid, but if you're there, I'm here. Ben clears his throat. That was very inspiring of you, Inco. His hands are tensed up. He's calmed down a bit. He opens his mouth to continue, but I hold up a hand to stop him. Olivia's had enough for one day. Ben, could we get some time alone together? Oh, of course. I'll give you a bit of time to process all this. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder. With a final solemn look at Olivia and a nod towards me, he walks out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. As the door clicks closed behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Her eyes are glossy and puffy on the edges. Trails of tears strain down her cheeks, and her expression is of someone who doesn't want to believe that it's true, but knows deep down that it is. As I look at her, I feel my emotions come back twice as hard. No. I need to be strong for her sake, damn it. Olivia, I try to find the proper words to say something to her. Anything that could give her any sense of comfort to ease her pain, but I feel my throat begin to tighten like someone's hand is around my neck. I don't even notice that I'm crying until my vision becomes blurred with tears. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around the baryonyx and pull her into a hug. Olivia seems shocked at first, frozen by my sudden reaction. Then I feel a pair of arms wrap around me, and hands clutching my jacket. Olivia begins to softly sob into my shoulder. I feel my unresolve break down as I hear the increasing pain in her cries. Whenever we're like this, I can't even pretend to be stronger than the stronger one anymore. Maybe I could bear the pain of Iadakan, but seeing Olivia like this, I hold on tighter. I don't want to let her go. Suddenly, she mumbles something into my shoulder. What was that? We pull apart and I look Olivia over. Her sunken face is covered in splotches and trails of wet and dry tears. She's hyperventilating and looks like an absolute mess right now. Despite this, her eyes are fierce and lively as they meet mine. I need to do something. Right now? She doesn't respond, hurriedly rolling down the hall towards the elevator. Where would she? The fountain. The only place where she could be going. I step forward to follow her, but stop. No matter how I try, I can't continue. This is Olivia's promise, not mine. I have no right to intrude into it like that. My hesitancy robbed me of any choice in the matter. She went alone. I'm a fucking idiot. Alone in this freezing weather while she's going through this? What the hell was I thinking? I start my silent march through the halls, out the building and into the frozen wilderness. It's cold out, freshly starting to snow. The world just feels so much smaller, muted and colorless. Now's not the time. I must find Olivia. There's thin tire tracks in the thinly laid-on snow, pathing out down the sidewalk. I follow them. The path is serene. The falling flecks of light make it feel like one of Olivia's landscapes. The fountain must be around the corner. Oh God. I should have gone with her. Of course the fountain is only accessible with stairs. The steps are tall and coated in a thin layer of ice. It's a death trap. Something rolls down and bumps my shoe. one of Olivia's handles. My face flashes with heat and my blood runs cold. Oh my god, I can't lose 2 people in one day, please! I will myself to look up. 8 steps up, Olivia's wheelchair is toppled over on its back. Seat ripped, wheels spread. It's unrecoverable. Olivia's 2 steps further. Halfway onto the ledge. Her arm reaches up for the next one. Olivia! Olivia stops and slowly looks back. A look of shock and humiliation at being seen like this. She turns back and starts pulling herself up to the next step. Damn it, Olivia. I take a step up and catch myself. It's a wonder she even got this far. But I find my balance and start marching up towards her. Her arm slips on the ledge and she falls back. I caught her in my arms from behind. I didn't make it. She looks up at me, eyes still filled with tears. I carefully set her down on one of the steps. She hides her face in her palms. I failed Iadakan. Olivia chokes back a sob. I'm just a stupid fuck-up. Fucking chair. And then continues to weep. I sit there and stare for a moment, trying to figure out what to do. I really haven't ever been in a situation like this. The poor girl is shaking. Whether it's from the cold or her situation, I don't know. Instinctively, I wrap my arm around her and pull her close to me. Olivia shifts her body accordingly. We end up in an embrace. Her sobbing calms down to just occasional hiccups, and her body is no longer sapping the heat from me either. Sorry, Inco. Sorry for what? Everything. Being an asshole, being a failure, making you waste your time on me? Just awful. Don't say that. I love you. That's what I wanted to say. Now isn't the time. I'm your friend, you know that. I'm here for you in the same way you're here for me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!